inspired? Can one be inspired? By oneself. By being positive. And to know that good things are going to happen for you. You know, I can't stress on positivity enough. We are human, granted. We have our days, we have our moments, we have our weaknesses. But when it's all said and done, one thing we have to remember is that remaining positive in all things, in all situations, in all circumstances, in all obstacles, is the number one tool. And to know that good things can happen for me, good things can happen for you, good things are going to happen for me, good things are going to happen for you, and good things are going to happen to each and every one of us. That's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. You see how the speakers have mud on the road? They always say, even in the Bible, don't get me preaching, because y'all already know I ain't a pastor, right? I know a little bit, like I'll sell bread when the Spirit catch me, or whatever the case might be. But I can't sit here and quote the Bible to you, then I'll be lying to you. I might sit in front of you and go to Google or grab my Bible. But you give a shame of myself, but I ate it. You always have to stay positive in all things. No matter how difficult those things might be, no matter how hard that situation might be, but remaining up. What are you let over, bro? But remaining positive in every situation, in every circumstances, makes you to become a winner. But when you have or built up that negative mindset in a horrible situation already, guess what? Then you become defeated by the devil. But when you stay telling yourself, I am, I will, it's going to be, it's going to get better. Things are going to get better. I know that I'm going to get out of this situation. I know that I made a mistake, because the first healing to anything in this life, in our own lives, is accepting the fact or taking accountability for our role in everything in this life. Because no one is innocent in any situation. Certain situations, depending on the situation, let me clear that up. But if a situation that you played a part, you shoveled the part, you have a hand in it, the only thing to do is to accept your fault and take accountability for your part and ask God for mercy and forgiveness, because asking for mercy is basically asking God for forgiveness, to say, I acknowledge my wrongdoing. Please forgive me, Lord. That is the first step. So once we accept accountability, once we accept our wrongdoing, once we accept all of those things and clear that out of the way and step in line and say that I know that I can do it, I know that I can make it, I know that I'm going to do it, I know that the road might seem so rough right now, my path might not be shiny, it's watery, it's slippery, but in the end I am going to be victorious. In the end I am going to overcome all of these situations, all of these obstacles, all of these circumstances, everything that the enemies have put before me, or everything that God has put before me, to see my strength and to see my trust in Him, I am going to overcome these situations. Whether it's character assassination, whether it's imprisonment, whether it's homelessness, whether it's joblessness, not having a roof over your head for you and your family, not having a food on the table, it's your belief and your positivity in all of those situations. How positive you are, and what are you telling yourself over and over, and believing that God is going to do it, that you are an overcomer, so therefore you are going to overcome all of those things that have been placed before you. Inspiration comes from within self. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't trust your own ability, if you don't trust yourself that you can become somebody, that you can become successful, that you can overcome everything that you have been going through in all of your lives, all the depression that you have passed through, all the down and out you have been through, all the tears that you have cried, if you don't believe that you are an overcomer, that you have already crossed that bridge, you have already climbed that mountain, then nobody's going to believe it for you. Every Facebook, you saw people getting traffic and debulate. Every day you can Facebook, when you talk about Facebook and the city can on Facebook. Inspiration comes from within. You always have to be positive, because when you're positive, good things starts to happen. If you have a positive thinking, positive mindset, listen, good things starts to happen. It don't mean that, again, you're not human. It don't mean that you're not going through something. You are going through something. We all go through things on a daily. We all go through things on a daily, but it's how we handle those things, how we dissect those things, how we try to come out of those things, the positivity that we bring out of those those positivities we try to bring out of those things. That's what makes it count. So if you are somebody who you're so passionate about things and a self-belief, you know, one thing I learned, and I had to get out of that, you cannot be a storyteller without having relation to that story. You know, okay, as long as I remain on a positive route, and as long as I'm speaking, whether it's on Facebook in someone's life, I'm always going to reference to myself, right? As well. Not all situations reference to me. But I remember, and I have said it before, I used to be so, a Debbie Donna. So negative. Everything I would say from my mouth would be so negative. And the devil was feeding off of that. The enemies was feeding off of that, because that's what they like you to be negative, because then it makes it easier. Because when you are positive, like I said, good things starts to happen for you. Inspiration comes from within. But if I'm sitting, I'm telling myself, people that will be nothing, nobody will be useless. I'll be a beggar. What do you think gonna happen? You already built in your mind that you are going to be a beggar. So therefore, you are going to be a beggar. But if you sit there every day and tell yourself, begging is not my portion, limitation is not my portion, stagnation is not my portion, backwardness is not my portion, no matter how difficult and hard things might get, none of those things are going to be my portion. I am a child of God. Yes, I'm a sinner. I sin every goddamn other day. I just sin. Like, I just curse. God knows that I'm a sinner because He knows I'm human. He knows I am a work in progress. I have a lot of work to do. I am far from perfection. I strive for perfection, but I am not perfect. I love professionalism, but I am not perfect. I am not. I have days where I get angry. I have days where I have mood swings because I'm human. I have days where I don't want to be bothered. And I have days where, like, I will look at you and want to curse the storm out of you, but then I'll catch myself because I never grew up cursing. Because I grew up in a household where we was not allowed to curse. If we curse, dirty mouth, you got punished, which I appreciate for that. Okay? So cursing is not really my style. I already get angry because I grew up. You know? So that's what makes a human. But it's admitting the fact. But you know, sometimes people, let's, you know, take a left turn a little bit. Sometimes when people see your growth, people see you're trying hard, people see that you're trying to be a better person than what you were yesterday, because people still expect you to live at your old address, your old avenue. The whole purpose and the whole point of growth, or growing or striving for greatness, is for you to keep going, not to keep going backwards. It's for you to keep going forward. And if you see yourself going backwards, it's up to you to get on your knees and fast and pray and ask God, why am I going backwards? I'm supposed to be going forward, right? Because I believe in myself. I know that I can do it. I know that I'm going to do it. And I said to myself that I'm going to continue to keep the positive mindset no matter how many mountains might fall before me. I'm going to continue to keep the positive mindset no matter how many bridges might fall before me. I'm going to continue to keep this positive mindset because I know I'm going to climb all of those bridges and I'm going to go across them. I'm going to go across them. Because why? That's the mindset of positivity. And knowing that I can do it, that I'm going to do it, even though I might not have all the full tools, I might not have the full credential, I might not have all that it takes, but I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. So when people see you trying to be a better human, I might add that part. Then people will try to test you. It's not about me, I'm just speaking in general. People will try to test your ability. They're forgetting to know that you are human. But as the bigger person, you always got to remain positive. Even though sometimes you got to give people the audience once in a while and goes back to being classy and goes back to being positive. But 99.9% of the time, it's good to tell them, how are you? God bless you. You might get out of character. That is okay. But as long as you can regroup and tell yourself, I just did this. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't allow nobody to take me there because I'm on my positive now, and I'm going to always remain positive. I'm always going to remain positive no matter what. Yes, so anyway, you guys have a wonderful morning. The goal is to always remain positive no matter what, to always keep fighting, to always keep pushing, and keep telling yourself you can, you will, therefore you're going to do it. You can, you will, therefore you are going to do it. You can, you will, so therefore nothing is going to stop you from doing it. You're going to do it. No matter if you're sweating, you're crying, your clothes are ripped, your shoes are eat up. It's your last outfit going to waste. Thousands of those are going to close in your face. But you are going to keep going and you're going to keep pushing, because what inspiration starts from within. And having a positive mindset along with you being inspired by oneself to push yourself, because once you're inspired and you're positive, then good things start to fall into place. Again, this is your girl Grace, aka the Bus Lady, aka